Episode
665.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The Anthem is all that remains.
BRB UK. Worse teeth, better accents.
Hello, and indeed ahoy hoy. Welcome to BRB UK episode 665. My name is Dan. I'm one of your hosts, and that intro was too soon. Just too soon. I'm not ready to give up my poorly thought out MMO wannabe shooter game with flying robots. I can't do it, not yet. I'm not ready, Coleman. Damn it, Coleman.
Hi! Taken too soon. It was just a child ripped from its mother's arms.
So we are back after our pre-recorded Christmas/New Year hiatus. And I just want to take a little bit of a moment to do a little bit of housekeeping. Now, you've probably noticed that we've done two intros today. Myself, hello, Dan, and Coleman. He's the other one. Say hello, Coleman.
Hi.
Now, I want to preface this by saying Tim is okay, all right?
And
Tim
alive.
Okay.
Very much alive.
Very much alive. Unlike, yes, Coleman probably did not help with some of the joking lol Tim comments, but Tim
I cut a lot of that out.
Yeah, you can't. He didn't catch all of it, but he cut a lot of it out. So, Tim is okay. Tim has been a bit unwell over the holiday period, and he's resting up at the moment. And I'm not going to go into details, but he's just needing to take it super, super easy. We don't know when he'll be back, but he will be back at some point. And I know he says hello to all of you. But he is a little bit out of action for a while. So me and Coleman are going to do what we can to keep this good ship Burb UK going in one direction. If there's VR to talk about, we might pester Kev or something like that. But the only thing you'll notice is about 95% less tedious description of video game menus. And I think we can all get behind that is probably
Kick a man
okay.
when he's down.
Yeah, can do. But yes, so that's where that I'm just thought I'd get that out there. So he's doing okay. He's getting better. We're going to continue bumbling on as best we can. But yeah, send lots of good vibes, lots of good wishes.
Yes, and during this time, so while Tim is on hiatus indefinitely, we'll like to introduce our new third to the podcast, Ashton Kushner. No, we've got no one.
No, we've got really no one. We can't afford anybody. We can't, not even going to the subreddit where people ask for free voice work. We're not even going there. Don't know who you get. There is such a subreddit.
I've used voice actors in the past for projects when I didn't have money, so yeah.
Yeah. Maybe me and you. Hey, Coleman, let's do a hostile takeover of that subreddit, and then we can be the voices of everything for the next couple of years. Or really bad video games, or possibly porn.
I had a guy doing a line read, and he had to say, find out more at website.co.uk. Very simple.
That is a
he sent it
highfalutin
over.
garage you work at. That is a very highfalutin garage you work at.
Yeah, this was like freelancing, and
Okay.
the guy came back, and he's an American, and he goes, and he's like, find out more at website.co.uk, and I went, oh no, it's .co, it's co is co, and he goes, oh okay, and then he sends over another take, and he goes .co.uk, and I went, do you know what? I'll just chop the two together.
I'm
We
done
won't do
with
a
this
third.
idiocy. I am done with the idiocy. Yes, so I must admit, it's been I haven't sunk my teeth into anything new because frankly there isn't a lot new release-wise at the moment. But I have
just got sent a new game, but we got sent yesterday, so we haven't got time to talk about it yet because we've not played it.
No, because we're terribly busy people. Coleman's at the gas station. I'm doing whatever it is I do. But yeah, I hope that we'll be able to get our teeth sunk into that in time for next week. But really, what I've been doing in the meantime is just trying to get through me old pile of shame, mate. Is what I've been doing. Not very well, not very fast, but I've been trying nonetheless. You'll be pleased to hear. And I finally sunk some time into Space Marine 2. Now, I didn't get... the only way I played the first game was on live. Now it's showing my age and showing you.
Wow. Yeah, that is showing. I don't even know what that is as a young whippersnapper.
You don't even know what an on-live is?
Never heard of one.
Never heard of it. It's something that's amazingly even less popular than the Ouya. And I've got one somewhere. It might make an excellent doorstop. But I don't...
Didn't they give them away at an EGX one year? Sorry, a Eurogamer Expo one year. Yeah.
Yes, they did. Very early on in the gestation of it. And that, for some reason, wasn't a big alarm bell to everybody involved. They had like a deal with BT for a while as well. But anyway.
Wow.
So I only ever played the original Space Marine,
So
which
did
involved
Stadia.
lots of... Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like the industry's not very good at cottoning on to this. Although
One day
GeForce
we'll get there.
now seems to be doing all right. And frankly, with semiconductor and RAM prices going the way they are, no one's going to be able to afford a computer ever again. So, hey, cloud is possibly the time. Now is the time for the cloud. But, so I'm coming in a little bit cold from the original Space Marine, which as far as I can work out was a dude called Titus, killed lots of orcs, but then got in trouble with the Imperium and ended up essentially as on the Space Marine equivalent of watching the wall, like in Westeros. But that's the Space Marines called the Death Watch, I believe. That is as much as I know. So he's been shamed, been sent off to the Space Marine equivalent of speeding correction course. Been biding his time there, and has just come back and been welcomed back now that there is a brand new Xeno threat going on, and that's where it picks up. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying Space Marine 2. It feels a bit like Cockney Gears of War. Not gonna lie, it's hey, Gears of War, but Space Marine, with lots of kind of horrible arachnid things, which I can imagine must have had your skin crawl because you're not a big fan of the insects, and literally. The swarms are mad in this game. They don't joke when they say swarms. There are literally proper swarms of stuff. It's incredible.
So this one came out in 2025, did it? Or
yes,
it did.
2025. Yes, it did. It came out in September 24. That's how bad my pile of shame is.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's been interesting. Games Workshop's been an interesting one over the last couple of months. We're doing a lot of expansions and things, and some news that we'll get to later. But still good. Are you doing any of the multiplayer stuff, or are you just playing through campaign?
I'm just mainlining the campaign at the moment, but I hear there is multiplayer fun to be had.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that community is still going.
Well, I think there's a community of me, Kev, Jamie, and possibly you, if you're still about. That we have a community of 4.
Yeah, I could pick up some Space Marine. I've never really got into it. I mean, I also played a Warcraft game not long ago. I tried I think it's called Warhammer Bolt Gun, which is the weird kind of, it looks a bit like Doom and Duke Nukem 3D, but it's Space Marines. I played that for a fair bit on Steam Deck, and then I just got to a point where I was like, I'm just running around in circles and I don't actually know what I'm doing anymore. So I stopped, and I wasn't too bothered. It was part of a humble bundle thing. So yeah, it was.
But I mean, I'm not particularly steeped in Warhammer 40k lore, but I kind of remember it from like the mid 90s and stuff. And I've always kind of thought Space Marines look pretty cool. And yeah, it's a very well put together game. It's kind of very atmospheric. It's kind of, it's not taking itself too mega seriously, which I quite like. There's a little bit of, self-awareness in its presentation. And it's actually a fantastic looking game. And, it does feel like you are being swarmed by horrible arachnids, like in a way that I'm totally surprised by. Yeah, I mean, it feels a bit like a cross between Gears of War and kind of the Doom 2016 thing where there's kind of, in order to remain invincible, you can't faff about. You got to get stuck in with the enemies. You got to be slaughtering your way through as many as many grunts as you possibly can to keep yourself going. But it's really enjoying my time with the game. I'm looking forward to doing the multiplayer stuff, but have not got there yet. So I figured I probably ought to do the single player first.
Fair enough.
Yeah, good times.
I've been doing some single player adventuring out in the form of.
And what video games have you been playing?
Try to stay away from your surprise. I've been playing Ghost of Yōtei still.
Yay! Right. And you
still
how you going with that?
It's still an amazing game. I have now finished that game, and I thought, you know what? While Tim's out of action and unable to play Ghost of Yōtei, I'm going to take this opportunity to try and platinum it before he's even completed it. So.
Wow, harsh.
But yeah, I hit the platinum. And also, like, a friend of mine at work wanted to play that game, so I was lending it off to him once I finished platinuming it. But yes, very, very enjoyable game. And then as soon as I finished it, reinstalled Ghost of Tsushima, got the PS5 upgrade. I was like, yep, I'm going to give this another go now I've done Ghost of Yōtei. The big difference is in Ghost of Tsushima, I believe you're doing your battle system is comprised of stances. So you learn different stances and attack patterns that you have to then use to take down different varieties of enemies. In Ghost of Yōtei, they go, okay, instead of stances, we're going to do different weapons. So you switch between single katana, dual katana, spear, like a really big, heavy sword. One of those, I always forget the name of it, but it looks kind of like half a sai, and it's got a chain and a spiky ball, like one of those things. Really, really fun flipping through all those weapons and mastering them. But every time you start learning one of these weapons, they teach you to go, okay, so the secondary weapon is, so say an enemy's got a sword and shield, then you want to use the big heavy sword so you can smash their shield and take them down. And if the enemy's got a spear, then you want the thing on the chain. And the idea is kind of rock, paper, scissors, those different weapons. And then, but if the enemy pulls out a single katana, you always want to go to your single katana. And that's the case with bosses. But I've just loved going around and go, right, for this time, I'm just going to use this I'm going to use a spear for a bunch of times now. And I'm going to get all these maneuvers down and just using it on every enemy that I can to try and figure out my way around. And then it's like, right, now I'm done with that. Now let's master the next weapon. So I've had a lot of fun doing that. I even went kind of above and beyond. I was before I realized I was going to go for the platinum on that game. There's a lot of side things you can do, collectibles and stuff, cosmetics and what have you in that game. And I just started going through the motions of collecting things because I was like, well, now I want to get all the different types of swords. I want to get all the different types of masks and hats and what have you, and make this cool looking character. And then I'll just, there's got to be some trophies attached to that. They'll ping up along the way. No, I just collected loads of stuff without any trophy reward for it. I just really wanted to get all the stuff. And I didn't notice until I was like, and you've got a shamisen, the kind of long guitar, Japanese guitar type thing that you play. And there's different songs you can learn and they'll kind of point
different
out.
Different kind of shredder. Am I right? Am I right?
But if you learn different songs, they'll tell you where different things are, if they're shrines or fox dens or items, where they are. Like the winds will guide you to take you to them. So I start playing these songs and finding the item and going, surely once I've got all these items, and then it will go, there's no more of these left on the map. I'm like, I didn't get a trophy or anything. They look through the trophies.
Where's my dopamine hit? God damn it.
Yeah, it was like, it's way more, the platinum's actually way more achievable than I thought it was, and I've just done this for fun, I guess. So, that's pretty cool.
Or could I suggest, have you? Or indeed have you?
I had a lot of yeah. It was good because my big complaint with Ghost of Tsushima was it was really hard to stay on the main story quest, and you kind of get bogged down in all the side stuff and all the collectathons and what have you. And, it's the Assassin's Creed problem. Whereas this time I would get to kind of a natural conclusion of the story and then go, cool, now I want to go do all the side stuff. Now I want to continue with the story. Now I want to go do the side stuff. So that was really good. And I was enjoying my little collectathon. It wasn't too much. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, Ghost of Yōtei still continues to be a great game. I have now finished my version. I then tried to go back to Star Wars Outlaws because we just had a sale and you could get all the season pass content, which there's 2 different story modes, which Tim spoke about one of them on the show. There's one that's all about playing Sabak with in a tournament with Lando Calrissian. And then another one, which is doing... it's like some kind of pirate mission with Hondo, who's from Clone Wars, and then Rebels, and some of the theme park stuff as well. He's like one of my favorite side characters. So I was getting ready for this, and then I installed it. I was like, I can't remember how to play Star Wars Outlaws. I've lost my groove with this game.
Oh no!
And also, I thought this was meant to look better on a PS5 Pro. It does not look better on a PS5 Pro. It's still got that weird jank to it. So I've been playing around with settings trying to make it feel right, and then I've been trying to relearn how to play Sabak again because I was really good at that game and then I've forgotten how to play it.
On a nerdy note, I have heard there is at some point before March a software update coming for the PS5 Pro that's going to enable a better version of PSSR, or PISA as I like to call it.
Yep.
Where it should make upscaling content 4K look a lot better, make frame rates a lot better, have a much smoother gameplay experience. Because frankly, the only reason a lot of games can hit the frame rates they can manage at the moment is because of AI-based upscaling. So a new flavor of that, and it will be more lemon lime. I'm led.
Fair enough. I was looking online, and a lot of the forums kind of suggest, hey, you need to put it in like it's like a performance mode, but the one that only hits 40 frames a second. And then it will look better, and then you use PSSR upscaling to make it, to make it hit look like it's hitting 60, and then the game's more enjoyable. However, to do this, you need the right kind of TV where in certain games you can hit 120 frames a second. Such a TV
BBR
I do not have.
Well.
They came out a year after the model that I got. So I do not have that available to me. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. So I was playing that for a little bit. I don't know if I'm really going to stick on with it. I might come back to it later. I really should have probably double dipped and picked up a PC version of this game instead, which is a shame. Otherwise, I've been playing Hades on Steam Deck. That's been very enjoyable. Yeah, going back to old Hades.
Old Hades is good Hades. New Hades is also very good Hades.
I've spoken about this before. I picked up Hades on Epic Game Store because I think it launched on Epic and then it came to Steam later. And then I also got it on Nintendo Switch because you had cross-save. Neither of those things that I play because I have a Steam Deck. I want to play it on Steam. So I tried doing the side loader through Heroic, and it did not play well through Heroic. So I went, okay, I'm going to... So it goes on. There's a nice little Steam sale on. I pick up Hades. I have a third copy of Hades. I'm playing it on my Steam Deck. And then probably 2 weeks after I bought that copy, a new side loader app's come out for the Steam Deck that apparently performs really, really well. So that was fun.
I've been having problems with Decky because Decky's like the plug-in front end for Steam Decks. I found that that went through a period of being a little bit unreliable. There was a bit of jank for a while, but I think that sorted itself out.
I think so that when we got our Steam Decks a couple of years ago now, Decky, there was a bit of a
years ago. That's bonkers.
I know it was a bit of a rigmarole getting it installed through the back end, and it didn't perform very well. And I there was loads of stuff that I'd installed and done with my Steam Deck and mods and things, and over the years they just weren't working as well as they first did. And then I ended up wiping my Steam Deck and starting again because when I looked into the process of installing that was it. I was setting up something for Tim on his Steam Deck and realized, oh, they've improved a lot of this stuff and it's a lot easier to install it and it performs a lot better because you're not going through all this running codes and scripts and what have you to get things working. You just download things from app stores now. And I think Decky is one of those things. So I need to, I have reinstalled Decky since then. I completely wiped my Steam Deck at some point and then reinstalled all the things I wanted and kept everything on a card. So yeah, that might be the thing you need to, although you got an OLED, so I'm assuming you've gone through the newer versions. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. Well, we'll all see. We'll see what happens. I'm prepping myself or keeping myself wistfully and completely unreasonably optimistic about what the price point for the Gabe Cube is going to be. I'm still quite excited for that. But I think it's going to be...
I think I want one for the aesthetic.
Yes, because that's the problem. And first world problem alert coming in. The PS5 is a very difficult thing to make look good with a media center unless you've got a complete man cave of your own. Whereas at least the Gabe Cube would probably fit in fairly well to your average media center and isn't too huge, which the PS5 is. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to be interested to see how it stacks up against, say, the PS5 Pro in terms of kind of raw horsepower, in terms of graphical fidelity, how it plays, how responsive it is. But I'm unless it is north of $1,000, I'm quite interested. I'd like to see it south of 700 quid, but I don't know with RAM prices and storage prices if that is going to be realistic, because those things have gone bonkers.
Yeah,
very recently. It is very, very, very expensive to buy memory for anything at the moment.
I need to have another proper look at the games that are coming up this year and when they're coming, because on 3 different occasions during our break, I've had the opportunity to go grab a Nintendo Switch 2, and then I look through the lineup and I'm like, Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. I can wait. I can still wait. And I've been kind of reevaluating the things I have. There was some reports that Fable might launch day and date for Xbox and PlayStation 5 at the same time. And if that's the first game to do it, that I'm sure that'll be a trend that Xbox end up following. And I was like, well, if they do that, I will probably get rid of my Xbox. There'd be a nice little space for a Steam machine right there.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to say, I'm kind of finding it difficult to justify continuing ownership of an Xbox. Could I do with that couple of $100 elsewhere?
I would. So it's a bit of playing around, but the thing that I plan to do when I finally stop using my Series X is to go to do what I did with my Xbox One at the time. If you have a Microsoft developer's license, you can you can basically put it in dev mode and stick on MAME onto your Xbox Series X, and you can have the most pricey version way to emulate Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
Yay! Yay!
They play Xbox arcade games very well. The Xbox Series S and X, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's something to do with us. But yeah. I think we digress. But yeah, otherwise I think probably, I'll continue to plow through my pile of shame. You can come join us in Space Marine if I can ever work. Space Marine. If I can ever get all the way through the single player game.
I tell you what I really fancy doing, and I didn't realize till today. A bit of merchandise advertising hit my timeline, and I went, "Oh yeah, I really want to sit and start a new campaign on Baldur's Gate 3. And just lose myself in that world."
Yeah. Wish goodbye or say goodbye to all the free time you have. You're not playing any new games if you do that. For quite some time.
I mean, the last time I did it, I was kind of hot swapping between PC and Steam Deck. So I was doing Steam Deck on the Tube and then coming home and playing it on PC. And that worked pretty well for the most part. And then even though it's verified on Steam Deck, it just kind of got to a point where I went, no, I don't like this. Don't do this to me.
With the accent as well.
Yeah.
With the accent.
No, don't do this to me, Coleman.
Why you do this? Huh? Stupid man.
So those are the things that we've been doing during our break, other than traveling around and visiting families.
Yes.
A lot of families.
Yeah, just no. I want this to be
families.
I kind of want this to be a Trump-free hour of my life. There's too much doom scrolling and fear that the world's going to collapse because he's a big orange man baby. Which kind of gets us on to why are you fisting a dinosaur head?
Lot of family.
What?
Forget about Slough.
That's fine. I don't live there anymore. I mean, you can.
Oh, damn it.
Yep. Go ahead. Make good on that poem from the 60s. I don't care anymore.
Talking about traveling around and seeing families, me
Yes.
and my partner were driving up to Epsom, and we were stopping at a service
like the great
station.
Chris Rea song, "Driving Home to Epsom."
To Epsom. We stopped at a service station, and she was getting something in the shop, and then I just saw this, and there's this T-Rex hand puppet in the queue. So I grabbed that, and I went, "I need this." And the bloke behind the till was just laughing at what I'm doing. And then I bought it, and she saw what I was doing on the other till. She's like, "You don't need that." And I quickly stuck it in my mouth and went, "Yes, I do." So, yes, I have this. It's good for scaring cats.
Good, lovely.
Anyway.
Well, you do you, Coleman.
I was going to take it to work, and if anyone asks me anything, I go, "Address the puppet."
No, yeah, just be your emotional support dinosaur. That's what it can be.
Yeah. Hey, I know it's last minute, but can I have Tuesday off? No.
No.
So says I, the T-Rex.
Where is the
Anyway.
accent for the T-Rex coming from? Is it just kind of bouncing around kind of the whole...
Just the
Eastern
generic
bloc?
accent that I do.
Our generic accent. Hello.
Hello.
I am T-Rex.
I think it's part strong bad, part Hispanic, maybe.
Okay. Good. So trying
Good.
to get as many offend as many people as you possibly can in one go.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah,
Should we do the news?
Yeah, let's do the news. Let's do
Great.
that before it gets even worse. So I've got terrible news. Anthem is no longer worth £2.85. I'm afraid. It is now no longer an excusable use of your money because it's been shut down. They have EA has finally pulled
The Anthem
plug.
stocks have finally hit rock bottom.
They
Guys,
have.
if you didn't sell out, got bad
Yep.
news.
Bad news. So poor old Anthem was meant to be the next big thing. Never quite got there. It was a very ambitious project and probably, is, something that has not done BioWare a lot of good. But as with all online games that are limping towards that long night, got some good viewing numbers on Twitch as it shuffled into obscurity. But it is now officially offline. It's a shame because I kind of liked what they were trying to do with Anthem.
Yes.
It felt like it had an awesome universe, and they just didn't make the best use of that universe. I could have told a lot of interesting stories with it, but it ended up being, I don't know, they just didn't really nail either the RPG or the shooter element particularly well. It's a real shame. It's a real shame.
Yeah, especially I was watching the reveal trailer initially, and it was, it was a kind of cool premise. You got your javelin armor looking like an Iron Man come out there, and then your friend does a little superhero landing in front of you, then you go fly together and do stuff. That aspect was very cool, but it was just very samey, and it didn't really go anywhere. And now the thing that I hate in not just video games media, but like movie media, TV media, whenever it's been a bit of time and something's gone away and it's been universally panned, now is the time for all these video essays and all these articles saying, actually, Anthem was really good and you guys didn't give it a good chance.
It was just misunderstood.
It wasn't, guys. And it is a shame because a lot of work went into this.
No.
And
No.
It's kind of ruined some jobs because of the kind of stink of the game, like the reputation that followed it.
The taint of Anthem.
Well, and now we've been seeing former leads on the games talking about it was Anthem Next, the big plan that they had, where they went, okay, here's the roadmap, we're going to fix this game. And they had this monumental idea, how they were going to turn it around, something that in their words, they thought would match or blow out the water No Man's Sky at the time, what they were doing.
Yeah,
with
and that's what they were going
big
for,
turnaround.
the redemption arc, weren't they? Very much. But never was to be.
Well, that was why because I remember, I think you picked it up on launch or post-launch, roundabout launch. I don't think Tim picked it up then, but ended up getting one later. I got given a copy. It was just hey, do you want this? And I went, yeah, sure. But the only reason I took it was not morbid curiosity, I want to play this. It was because they'd gone, hey, there's this big roadmap we're going to do. The game's going to get better. And I was like, cool, get myself in on the ground level before the prices go up. I am ready for this game. Had a little bit of a play around. I enjoyed
I
it.
can be there before it was cool. Story of my life. So many things have never turned into being cool.
But I was thinking more along the lines, whenever there's a kind of redemption arc to these things, they go, hey, thanks for sticking with us from the start. Here's some kind of in-game reward that you will probably want. And I always get annoyed when I miss out on those things. Nah, didn't even get a game to keep on going. I've just got a disc now.
Oh, a nice shiny coaster is what you've got. A lovely shiny coaster.
I might turn it into a clock.
Good.
You know, when you
do that.
buy a clock
That's
mechanism and stick it in the disc.
Very 90s, but good
Very
for
retro.
you. But I mean, I think it's also kicked off a big discussion on kind of like games preservation circles about actually this is the first big-ish or high-profile multiplayer game that's now completely unplayable. You know, if you've got a copy of Anthem, there's nothing you can do with that aside from look at the login screen, I'd imagine. And it's kind of like, what should we do? You know, is there, do game companies kind of have a moral duty to open source the server software so someone could spin up a private server if they wanted to?
I would say no, but I think they should allow for an offline mode. And I know they put out the big statement, and they're like, and they basically did their own little Q&A preempting what questions would be asked. And like, will this be playable offline? I said no. This was designed to be an online game only. The integrity of the game is lost if you just make it offline, and then you can say the game exists in some form or another.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep servers open. You don't need to keep patching it or anything like that. Say what you want about the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and I have and I will.
That's pants.
When they killed that game off, they went, okay, we've patched in an offline mode, so that game can stay alive for as long as you want it, and we've given away copies of that game. Like, you could go on that if you picked up a copy of that game, if you got that game through PlayStation Plus, or it came with a graphics card or something, you can sit there and play that game right now. If you've got a disc of Anthem,
it's not a good use of your time, admittedly, but you could.
If you've got a copy of Anthem your brother gave to you on a whim and it's just sitting there, you can just look at it. You can't do anything else with it. Just look at
the
it.
memories.
You could install it, get to a boot screen, and then get told you can't do anything with it. So yes, I think if you're paying for this stuff, there should be some kind of obligation to go, here's an offline mode. You'd have to keep everything. The one day World of Warcraft will probably go offline. And if they went, okay, all the games are on servers, as long as they made some kind of, hey, here's the starting village, you can walk around and whack rats for a bit, I'll be like, yeah, cool, nice.
Great euphemism as well. Smack a rat.
That's just my thought, though. But yes, Anthem, goodbye. We hardly knew ye because you didn't get updated for a very long time.
Poor Anthem.
I think when it first started declining, it was when they'd done their Christmas update, and all they really did was make snowfall in the hub world and a little Christmas tree appear. They should have just kept it like that.
Yep.
Just frozen in time, Christmas all year round.
Hey, some people dig that stuff.
However many years. I know, I do. I find it cute. It's awesome.
Would you go Christmas all year round? Would you be up for keeping that? Because Mrs. G, she goes absolutely spare if there are Christmas decorations anywhere in the vicinity of somewhere visible after 12th night. But would you be like Christmas all year round? Bring it on. Pigs in blankets.
I mean, I like minimal kind of Christmas decorations anyway. So I'd maybe like tasteful fairy lights put across the room in some way that I could keep all year round. Not so much the
You're a fancy
snow and
lad.
trees and stuff. I am a fancy
lad. You are a fancy lad. You're a fancy boy.
Lad.
You are a fan. You should
Bougie,
be very proud.
Some might say.
You should be proud of being a fancy lad, and don't let them tell you otherwise, Coleman.
I won't. I won't let the so-and-sos grind me down. Speaking of online games, shall we talk a bit about Rockstar?
What have they done now?
Well, they're in the news a couple of times this week, 3 or 4 times actually this week. There's even more going on since I wrote all this out, so this has been fun.
Right.
You may have remembered there was a bit of a debacle going on where a bunch of...
I thought you were going to say a bit of a toboggan going on. There was a bit of a
toboggan going on.
A bit of a toboggan going on, right.
A bunch of stuff from Rockstar were allegedly unceremoniously fired from the company.
Yes.
Reasons being that they had broken the rules. One of the big rules was having an offline Discord site. Sorry, my brain just went then. Discord site where they were discussing confidential information about the game GTA 6. And that's a big no-no, and they ended up out on their rear because of this. They have declined this information. They've said that they've disputed this information. They've said that this is not the case. They have been protesting that they want fair pay for fair compensation for being unceremoniously fired because you don't get paid out for that. Or they want to be re-employed. Something has to be made right about what has happened here. So this has been taken to a big old court case, which happened over in Glasgow, and the employment tribunal has rejected the application for interim relief brought on behalf of developers of the dismissed Grand Theft Auto 6.
Right.
So they've backed Rockstar Games. So the first one of these cases that has come up, not gone in their favor. It's gone in the favor of Rockstar.
Okay. But if those are indeed the facts, I'm afraid that kind of sounds fair income, really. If you trade it, if you're discussing confidential company secrets somewhere where you shouldn't be, yes, that is not going to make your paymasters happy, sadly.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to look over more of kind of what's been presented in these cases, because we've got, and it's all alleged information. We get what is given to us, and a lot of this information seems to have come from I think it's People Make Games, the YouTube channel. They've done some very on the side of the workers videos about this, and all the reporting seems to be on the side of the workers. So the legalese say that it's on Rockstar. We don't know. We have nothing to do with this. We just talk about what's given to us.
We have badly informed opinions, and that's all we got, ladies and gents. That's all we got.
Yeah.
It's what you get. Badly informed opinions. Yes.
But one thing I do know about is Rockstar.
About?
Rockstar also online. They've opened the door to paid mods following in the suit of one Bethesda.
Of course, because that's more money for Rockstar.
Exactly, with minimal effort. But they had to put in some effort. So anyway, they've done an official user-generated content marketplace, which allows select players to sell mod for
Select
5M
players.
and yes. So I think you have to go through an approval process before you can start creating content. This is for 5M and Red M servers, known as the CFX Marketplace.
Okay.
So this offers everything from maps, scripts, vehicles, clothing. Prices ranging from free to several $100s.
What the blood? What?
Yes.
What do you get for several $100s? GTA 6? Well,
I don't know.
that's what I'd want for several $100s.
Yeah. But here's an interesting one. So I don't believe this is part of the same marketplace. This is outside of that. Rockstar, they've been shutting down a lot of user-generated content at the moment. One of them being they have a very big problem with people creating Charlie Kirk assassination demos levels, which have to instantly be pulled. So far so that they've had to kind of mass ban the word Charlie Kirk from any kind of user-generated content, so they can stop that getting flagged. Incredibly untasteful. So that happened as well. There was also a Bully 3D multiplayer mod that was it's been in the works for quite some time. It launched in the same week that it then got shut down in. So they've had to shut down everything, including like the Discords that it was all being worked on through. So weird week for Rockstar.
A very strange week. I mean, they're still sticking to GTA 6 being out this year, is my understanding. But I am slightly skeptical. I'm not going to lie. I'm slightly skeptical if that's ever going to happen this year. I think it might.
I'm only
go
skeptical,
right?
Because I put it as my one to watch,
and that's usually the kiss of death for Coleman.
If there's something, hey, we all had one fail last year, so
we did all have one. We did.
If I can get through this year without it, Coleman curse is done.
Is it? Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it?
I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what else has been in the news? Oh, poor old Bobby Kotick.
Your mate Bobby Kotick, or Kotick.
Yeah. So, yep. Bobby Skrotek has...
Good old former Activision Blizzard boss, Bobby Kotick.
He's slapped that poop-eating grin right back on his face with trying to throw some schadenfreude in the direction of Microsoft, saying he did right by selling when he did because lol Call of Duty and lol slumping console sales is pretty much.
So he's saying since the point of the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Call of Duty sales have gone down more than 60% year on year. Call of Duty sales, and because of not just the dwindling Call of Duty sales, but also console sales, he was actually in the right to sell off the company, and therefore genius, marketing genius Bobby Kotick. Kotick.
I've got a horrible feeling
I hear
he's going to
both.
run for. I've got a horrible feeling he's going to run for president or something like that, which would just be very depressing. This is his next move, just to be a complete.
I could see him being a running mate, at least.
Could you?
Yeah.
Bit depressing.
Can you imagine the fun that we'd have online though with the presidential campaigns? Like, he really doesn't like it when people put devil horns on his pictures. We'll have all this new new material out there to play around with. It'd be great. And AI makes it so much easier now.
Yeah. Problem is, AI does make it so much easier. Therein lies the problem. Yeah, but I mean, has he been? Has anyone raised any eyebrows about the timing of him? How much did he know? Was he trying to rush this deal out the door? Was, I suppose, one of the questions, isn't it?
I think he's talking it as absolute whole, and he was just ready to step away.
Fallen this way and gone, oh, no, I'm a genius. I told you I was a genius.
If there was anything to sort of go, because this happened in lockdown. It was in lockdown, wasn't it? It was like 2021, the deal.
When it started going,
late 2020. Yeah, so if he was to predict something, it would be the way that business is going to happen worldwide at some point, which was quite fairly obvious because of global shutdowns. And you could see from tech, from entertainment, there was going to be some big problems going forward, and those two things cover video games. So if he was to predict anything, I would have thought it would be that, not Call of Duty sales are going to go down, better sell the company. And I think you've kind of devalued the product by it being a Microsoft first-party thing, that you do offer the game out. I know not the full game now, but you offer the game out free in some form, included in Game Pass in some form. I think you've devalued your product, and that's why sales are going down on it. I don't think it's people are sick of the game, but that's just my opinion.
I would just like to state for the record, I've been sick of Call of Duty for about the past 10 years. I'd just like to put that out there.
But it's still hugely, insanely popular game. And also, I think, because you've got it in two forms. You've got the main game itself, and then you've got Warzone, which anyone can go play Warzone. It's I believe it's a free-to-entry game, and then there's loads of microtransactions. It's basically Fortnite. When you play Call of Duty Warzone now, it's covered in Beavis and Butthead and Terminator and Rhea Ripley from the WWE, like all running around shooting and having weird special moves and stuff. It's not the Call of Duty that people like, so much so that when the last Battlefield released and there was a skin that was a bit too shiny, they went, they're going to do a Call of Duty and ruin it and put horrible skins everywhere. So there's that side of it. But then there's the actual game itself that I feel has been devalued because of the silliness of Warzone alongside the Game Pass kind of side of things. So if you are a diehard fan of Call of Duty, I could see why you're getting sick of it. Or you don't want to pay £70. It's it's not a great price for a mainline game year on year. Like, this is that thing I really like. It's now gone up to £70, or I could just play the campaign included in my Game Pass price, and then maybe and then I don't need to do the multiplayer because it's all on Warzone. I'll just do Warzone instead.
Which is free. What is it good for? Overpriced microtransactions, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Neither of us are Call of Duty players, so it is all speculation on my part. But, hey ho. Ubisoft are continuing to be absolute gits at the moment.
Okay, right. French gits, gits nonetheless.
French Canadian. Industry layoffs Industry layoffs are a big thing, as we know. We've been reporting on them for what feels like forever now. And Ubisoft have more layoffs. At the moment, it's 55 roles that are set to be taken out of Massive Entertainment. Massive Entertainment's the Division guys, right?
Yeah, that is correct, yes.
Yes, and the Avatar game. Also, Massive Entertainment's just put out a definitive version of The Division, just as a bunch of their roles are going. But also Ubisoft Stockholm. So they're going to be going through a voluntary redundancy program to try and... they've gone for a voluntary redundancy program to reduce headcount. That hasn't gone according to plan, so now they're going to start axing jobs. Fun times, not very much.
Yay, business.
Yeah. And while we're away, they also closed down their Halifax studio in Canada. So... that was nice of them.
They've been busy spreading the joy over Christmas, I see.
I did need to play Avatar since they did that big update, though.
Yeah, how is
Fire
that
and Ash
Avatar
one.
game? I never really...
I really like it.
Yeah?
But they've updated it since, and now it's a third-person game as well as a first-person game.
Okay.
But I was really enjoying it, and I went, oh, cool. I didn't realize it's actually co-op as well. You can play with other people. I'll just play with one of my friends that owns the game Avatar. Bugger.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Damn it.
I'm the one. I even said it to Tim. I was like, oh, man, you can play co-op together. He goes, all right, well, I'll borrow your copy of the game. I'm like, well, then how do we play co-op?
Yeah, it's not how co-op works, Timothy. Not how it works.
All right. I've got some AI news for you, Dan, to finish us off this week.
All right.
Do you want AI good or AI bad?
Well, I think we can probably both agree that AI lazy. I think AI slop is the problem. So
I think AI slop is a problem, but AI is a tool, but it will never get used as a tool because people love saving
lazy,
money.
and that's why we cannot have nice things.
Well, we'll start off with Shift Up. They're the guys that did the Stellar Blade game, which did incredibly well, better than they thought it was going to. It got loads of awards. They ended up getting loads of kind of kickback from South Korea because of just how well the business did. I believe this week they announced that all the staff at Shift Up ended up getting Apple Watches, the latest headphones, and like $3,000 each. So that's not a bad little bonus. So the head of Shift Up, he said that smaller studios are going to struggle without embracing AI when compared to...
I agree with that.
You've got the gigantic developers in the US. You've got China that are making these huge moves into the video game market now. So we're going to see more of that this year. So to keep up, they really do need to employ AI. So I think they said they have around about 150 people working in their studio. So they need that to keep up with the big boys. On the other side of that, Games Workshop, a very big studio, they have drawn a firm line against AI, and they have banned AI in their company. No generative AI to be used for artworks, for the drafting process, for any parts of their games. Completely off limits.
I might have misread these stories, but was Games Workshop in a little bit of trouble for using AI a little while ago?
I don't know if Games Workshop were. Activision were.
Right.
I believe. What's the card game? The big Magic. I think Magic
the
got.
Gathering.
I think one of their artists got caught out for using generative AI. Allegedly, I don't know if that's true. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head here. There's a few people that have been caught out. Even Postal, the Running with Scissors, that's it. They put out, we spoke about it, they put out a project to a contractor who ended up using a lot of AI in that game, and then it got shut down when they called it out. So there's been a lot of cases of this. I don't know if Games Workshop's been caught out doing this at all.
Yeah,
I got a feeling you're looking
I may
it up
well
because
have
your head went
spoken out
down.
of turn there.
Fair enough.
But it's now banned its use of AI in design processes, but a few senior managers are allowed to, quote, be inquisitive with it. So I don't know whether or not that is internal blowback about something, or
that
whether
says to me that that says to me, use it for a office tool. Use what do they call it? Copilot. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Don't be using it to generate your images. Don't be using it for your game design. Don't be using it for your level designs. Like, that's off limits.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to say, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I think in the eyes of C-suite executives, AI has the potential to replace a lot of what people do. However,
I know.
if you've ever been using AI to generate content, you realize it's very good, perhaps, at getting you to a first draft stage, but that human in the loop is very much required. And to me, it's about, like you said, is AI a tool that helps you concentrate theoretically on the bigger ticket stuff rather than sweating the details? But it's a slippery slope. And like you said, people, unfortunately, are lazy. And that's why we can't have nice things. Because people, the way I use AI tools in my work is to kind of stop me looking at a blank sheet of paper when I'm trying to come up with an idea for something. But perhaps that's just me. I don't know. But, it's a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope.
I found a very good use for me was there is a policy that I had to read through. It's almost 100 pages long, and it changes every year. And when it came up this year, and they don't list what the changes are in the new year one, is uploading 2 versions of that document and going, tell me what the differences are. And then it goes, here are the differences. Okay, thank you, AI.
Or I use it for, please make sense of my horrendous Monday morning email inbox. Tell me what I should be prioritizing.
I can think of a few people I've worked with in the past that could probably use like Copilot or something to go, hey, can you stop making me talk like I'm 13 years old in emails? And
yeah, lol. Lol, quarterly reports ruffle. Rip the CEO. Wow. But yeah, I mean, I think it is when people, what's dangerous, kind of Pensive Games in chat has pointed this out. What the problem is when people try and pass off AI content as their own work. That's not on, because again, it's very likely that it's been fed by the intellectual property of others as well, and there's a whole ethical and legal minefield around that. If it's something to help get the unblock the creative gears for you to then derive your own work and bring your own expertise from it, I don't necessarily have so much problem. But when you're using it to straight up replace humans or have humans using AI and claiming it's their own work, neither of those situations is on, as far as I'm concerned. But that's me. I'll probably get lots of grumpy comments about that.
I don't know. I don't think you will. Thing is, though, at the end of the day, AI can generate images and videos and write content and plan out things, and it's replacing jobs. I tell you one thing it can't do, Dan.
What?
It can't put a T-Rex glove puppet on during a podcast.
Hello, Mr. T-Rex. Your other half is very long suffering. Very long suffering. I don't know how she does it, to be fair.
Yes, my deaf partner.
I'm blind. Deaf and blind.
Oh, it's not nice.
Because then she can't see the T-Rex either, to be fair.
Right. That is, I put in a lot of news to kind of go over we don't have really many games to be talking about, nothing new anyway. Nice little way to ease us back into the podcast.
I did. It's like being taken out for dinner first before being ravaged by a year of gaming news.
I like a conversational podcast, a fireside chat. Okay,
yes.
a conversational podcast.
A conversation. Why did you have to put
conversational podcast?
Conversational. Okay.
I'm over accentuating. Yeah, enjoy that.
Good. Well, I'm glad someone did. Frankly,
we should do some plugs, Dan, before we go.
Let us do that. Let us do the plugs. You, ladies and gentlemen, should make sure you go to bigredbarrel.com bigredbarrel.com/store. That's bigredbarrel.com/store. And guess what? It's maybe 2026, but you can still buy things with my face on it. Yes, a Dan from a different decade, a Dan from a different millennium, but my face nonetheless. Still looking vaguely fresh in 2026 because I was 14 at the time. So there we go. Yeah, go buy stuff. My face, your general personal area could be combined. This is getting terribly, terribly bad. Go bigredbarrel.com/store. Stop me saying things that get me in trouble with everybody.
Fair enough.
Hair plugs. What? Hang on. Can I just... Pens Games, in the chat, why hair plugs? Why are you on about hair plugs? Have I had hair plugs? I haven't had hair plugs. Coleman hasn't had hair plugs.
Clearly. They didn't take.
he has had hair plugs, just not on his head.
Me turkey teeth fell out. Me turkey hair fell off. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Tuesday's a Tuesday. That's where we have Tabletop Tuesdays. With Tim being out of action, I don't think they're going ahead at the moment. I'm not sure if we have like a contingency plan there. But I will say, for more information on Tabletop Tuesdays and when they're coming back, go to meetup.com/table-top-Tuesdays or go to bigredbarrel.com and click the link to go to the Tabletop Tuesdays page. Tabletop Tuesdays at the loading bar in Stoke, Newington. That's where we play tabletop games. We have a featured game that you can play and go into a prize draw. And if you win the prize draw, you can take the game home with you at the end of the night. What a deal! So be sure to check that out. But like I said, you can check that out on bigredbarrel.com, which happens to be the website that hosts this here podcast. The podcast that we host this here podcast, and this podcast is hosted by bigredbarrel.com. Go there to check out some fine content. I put up my my review of Pluribus Season 1. We've got the Demon School review that came out, Arc Raiders. There's a bunch of content on there, new trailers and things to be checking out, including a new trailer for our game that we'll be playing next week, Earth Must Die, which is a demo out
which
now.
Which has the great and good of kind of British off-the-wall comedy doing the voice work for it. So I'm quite looking forward to getting stuck into that, I have to say.
I started playing it today, in fact, on the old
And
Steam
how
Deck.
did you find it today? Did you like it today? Do you think
I like it so far. I will say, is there any kind of correlation between, we mentioned Alex Horn on the last episode when we were talking about Rock Band, and now we get a game with him sent to us?
I don't know. Alex
Maybe
Horn,
there's something there.
Alex Horn, if you're out there, send us a message somehow.
Yes.
I don't know.
I like your beatbox sketch. Pretty good. Yes, bigredbarrel.com. Go there, check out things that are available on bigredbarrel.com. And of course, you can find us on our social medias. We have the links available on the website, but also you can find us at bigredbarrel.com/Discord. That'll take you to our Discord page. There you can comment, you can talk to us. We've had a couple of people chatting with us while we've been away, giving their suggestions of Xbox 360 games that they like, their picks for 2026 games, their game of the years 2025. There's things that you can chat about, and we will respond most likely.
Yes, come.
I liked the one where the shutdown of Anthem had happened. I was like, guys, I think the game's dead, because someone did ask how much the game's worth now, Dad.
It is not. Sadly, it is not worth anything now until
Crashed
someone.
out.
It's no longer a sound investment. I'm afraid it's no longer a sound investment, Dad. Sorry. Right. Well, that, I suppose, is it. And all that's really left to do is to remind you that I have been Dan.
I still have all my original hair. My chin. Under my lip.
Lovely. And we hopefully will be back in some shape or form next week. So thank you for coming along, joining us live, if that's what you did. And thank you for listening to us, if that's what you did alternatively. So we'll be back soon. Thank you for coming along, and until next time, dear listeners, goodbye.
your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarrel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarrel.com.
Halo Reach, what I still consider to be the best Halo game.
This has to be. I've never really been into Halo. I've tried a few times to get into it. I did complete Halo 3 before this came out. I had a blast playing this back in the day.